So the Deity Theos UHF system was released fairly recently, and many production companies, freelancers, videographers, and audio mixers have invested into this kit for their own use and made videos of their own. Now, the reason why the Deity Theos is so special and unique is because of this. It has many benefiting features that help make the UHF system much easier and simplistic to understand compared to a lot of other wireless audio systems out there. Not saying that the more complex systems are a bad thing, but Deity just makes it easier for us to understand and operate the system better. I just so happen to be recording all of my audio using the Deity Theos, which is connected to my Sony ZV-E10. And I'm not using any EQ or anything, so don't worry about any post-processing. This is the natural sound of the Deity W lav mic, clipped onto my button-down shirt. Oh, it's right here. But let me know how it sounds. I invested into this kit with my own money because I am also a sound mixer / boom operator in Phoenix, Arizona. And let me tell you, I love Deity's products. Deity has never once disappointed me. And fun fact, I had the great opportunity and pleasure to preview the Deity Theos system at the NAB show in Las Vegas, Nevada last year in 2023. There I also got to meet Andrew from Deity, who you guys all know from Deity microphones. And from my first impression, the Deity Theos system looked like a badass microphone system. Now, before I dive deeper into the content of this video, I want to let you know something. This video is not going to be another review on the Deity Theos microphone system, because Deity Microphones and Curtis Judd have already created amazing videos on this product that will help you out in your audio creating adventures. It would honestly be redundant for me to repeat the information they've already provided. So instead, I'm going to provide my personal thoughts on the product because I have used it, and also a story regarding the first time using this system on a gig. And then I'll go on to talk about what I really like about this system. After watching this video, if you feel like the Deity Theos is the right system for you, then I'll have links down below in the video description for you to check it out. Let's get to it. Well, I was very impressed with the way Deity packaged their material. The kit came in a nice rectangular cardboard box, and what really struck me by surprise is I didn't realize the Deity Theos waterproof case would be inside the package. And to top it off, because Deity just loves their logo and showing their logo on every single one of their products, they put a plastic sticky sealing over their logo, which you can peel off when you get the product. But I really do like the Deity Theos logo on the case. It looks really nice. This packaging just goes to show the amount of care and thought that Deity puts into their products, making sure that their consumers are satisfied with what they get. And just like any Deity Theos video that you may or may not have seen, inside the case you'll find a single receiver, a dual channel receiver, and 2 transmitters, along with 3 different kinds of antennas. These antennas are color-coded and have different frequency ranges. Now, not gonna lie, it was kind of hard to learn how these antennas work, and it still is kind of hard to figure it out because I'm still learning about UHF since I'm transferring from the 2.4 GHz Connect system by Deity. And the first time using this system was on a gig at Arizona Studios in Phoenix, Arizona. It was obviously my first time testing out the system. And like I mentioned, I was also just leaving the 2.4 GHz system, so those two systems are completely different and it takes time to understand how it works. And yes, I could have toyed around with the UHF system and learned the in and outs of the system, but at the end of the day, when you're on set actually doing the work, that's when you learn the most. And so because I was still trying to figure out which frequency to use, which was best, which was better, I was having an even harder time deciding which antenna to use for recording the shoot. The antenna would help me capture a certain frequency in the range I was looking for, and so at the end of the day, I ended up using the short blue antenna because it had the highest frequency range available. I was only trying to figure out which frequency would work best for the environment that I was in. And after using those antennas with the WLAV Pro, the audio came out pretty clear. I had the Deity Theos system hooked up to my Zoom FX mixer, and I'm going to be creating another video explaining how I do this. So consider subscribing to stay updated on that video. So I was recording 2 different audio tracks because I'm using 2 different transmitters, but I also needed a third lav mic because there was one more talent that needed one. And because I only invested into one Deity Theos kit, the setup only had 2 transmitters and 1 receiver. So I had to bring out my Deity 2.4 GHz Connect system and use the receiver and transmitter I had from there. At the end of the day, everything sounded good. And because I already had a lot of experience with the Connect system, the setup process went by a lot faster. So that's my side story. Now back to the actual content. In case you didn't know this, hiding below the receiver, transmitters, and antennas are the actual microphones, cables, and accessories you can use to put your transmitter onto your camera. It also comes with AA batteries for powering, which I have found that the Deity AA batteries last you a lot longer than if you were to use Durable or Energizer. So So if you get your Deity Theos package in the mail and you don't see any microphones or cables, just know it's not there. Just lift up the top part of the foam and there hiding underneath will be the cables you need. And remember what I said in the beginning of this video? That the Deity Theos system has a lot of benefiting factors to it? Well, here is one of those benefiting factors. One of the biggest game-changing features with the Deity Theos system is the fact that you can use the Sidus audio app along with it. If you don't have this app already, please install it now because it's going to save you a headache later on. It is seriously such a game changer. Technically, I was already using this app because I got the Deity Timecode TC1 boxes. So using the Sidus app for that, I can still say it's a pretty efficient app. But now the Sidus audio app is even more efficient because it's working with the Deity Theos system. And so here are some things I really appreciate about the app. You can now change a wireless frequency from your receiver and transmitter using the app via Bluetooth. Something I learned from a Deity microphones video though is it's important to always separate your frequencies 7 kHz apart. This is when you're manually selecting frequencies. They need to be this far apart in order to avoid intermod. And intermod is self-generated interference, and if you want to learn more about that, I'll have a link to the video where I learned this down in the video description. The Sidus app also works with you to change the color of your transmitters. Because you're working with so many different frequency numbers and the ranges get a little complicating, this color coding feature helps you better identify which transmitter is which. Now you can do this from your receiver and the Sidus audio app. And now you can also adjust the gain levels from the app. Instead of constantly walking up to the talent asking for them to let you adjust the gain on their transmitter, whether they like it or not, now the app allows you to adjust the gain of the transmitter from your phone. This one is big for me because when I borrowed my friend's Sennheiser G4 and I needed to change frequencies every now and then or adjust the gain in some sort of way, I really didn't like the process of having to bother actors while they're getting into their zone as a performer. And as an actor myself, I completely understand where the actors are coming from if they want to be left alone for a little bit. And I mean, sometimes the actors are just chilling and they're like, hey, you need to fix something? Go ahead, go for it. But just in general, it's just like having to do it multiple times if it comes down to it can be a little much. So I'm really appreciative that the Sidus audio app lets us do this kind of stuff from our phones now. And this is all done from the power of Bluetooth. So the Deity Theos UHF wireless system, a lot to say, is definitely one of Deity's stronger products in the prosumer audio market. I mean, this system is a huge step up from their 2.4 GHz Connect system. And what's really fascinating to me is that both systems kind of work together in the same way. Now, I don't mean this literally, but they have similar features. Let me explain. Their functionality works the same way. I mean, excluding the fact that the Deity Theos system is UHF and Deity Connect is 2.4 GHz. In the way of their similarities, the UHF system can pair with the UHF system. They pair through the frequencies that are available. With the Connect system, they both pair through 2.4 GHz and automatically pairing to available frequencies that are around in the environment you're recording in. You can also still adjust the gain from the receiver, and the receivers are both dual channel, meaning that you can record two transmitters at the same time. And both systems are operational with DSLR and mirrorless cameras. And the other similarity is the fact that they both use 3.5mm cables. Now, because there are some similarities, there have to be differences, right? So let's go over them. The Deity Theos system uses AA batteries now to power, compared to the Connect system, which is rechargeable and uses a USB-C connection. The Deity Theos is UHF, which has a higher frequency range compared to the 2.4 GHz Connect system. The Deity Theos system comes with 3 sets of antennas, while the 2.4 GHz system comes with only 1 set, because it's 2.4 GHz. In my opinion, I think the Deity Theos is smaller in size compared to the Connect system, and I also think Deity Theos has a more organized case compared to the Connect system. I kind of like the fact that there are 2 layers to the Deity Theos case. You have your transmitters, receiver, and antennas on the top, and on the bottom you have your microphones, your cables, your accessories. I'll be making more videos on the Deity Theos system, and I encourage you to subscribe to this channel to stay updated on those videos. Now here you can find more information about the Deity Connect system and how I use that to record wireless audio with my Zoom F6 mixer. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the comments.